China was crazy. It was the first real trip for this film. Up until that point, I'd just kind of been filming around here in LA, figuring out how to use all these cameras.
Oh my God. You were shoulder check that camera. Did you hit it?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, George. You were really close.
I think that was my last one, dude. I started getting shaky on my ride up.
Oh my God.
Mountain Dew Green Label finally came in, gave us the funding, and was like, all right, let's do a trip. Boom, on our way to China.
I remember waking up to Ty Evans calling me, saying, "Yo, what's up, Cookie? It's Ty." He's like, "Yo, you want to go to China?" So instantly I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, we're gonna leave in 3 weeks."
Me and Cookie have known each other since we were 10 years old and like grew up skating together. So for both of us to have our first experience outside the country. We made it! First trip with Ty, plus I'm in another country that I don't know. So it's like you'd feel a little awkward, but it's like I have my best friend there with me the whole time. So we're experiencing all this stuff together. It's so tight.
I now know how foreigners feel when they come to America. I felt a little lost because I hadn't been there before, and it's just like a whole new world, but it's amazing. High five! High five!
I felt like I did as a little kid coming to Cali for the first time. Like you get off the airplane, you're just like, let's do flat ground at the airport, dude. Like let's get it. This is tight. Like we're just gonna first kickflip in China. Like, you know, like stuff like that. It's just like you feel like a little kid again. It's like it's nuts.
Oh, your last one? Yeah.
I remember we were sitting there packing for China, and it was just like Pelican case, Pelican case, Pelican case, Pelican case. It was like, I think we traveled with like 20 Pelican cases or 30 Pelican cases, and it was like, how do we get all this stuff into China?
Some of our equipment is ultra high-end. You're not talking about an HVX, you're talking about something that costs, you know, $500,000. The rest of your camera package is another couple $1,000,000. You know, it's high stakes.
I don't know how, but David Garcia is the best producer in the world, and Garcia somehow got all the gear in, so thank you, Garcia.
Looks like I'm driving in China.
The one thing about China, you get there, they love skateboarding. You can be doing flat ground and you'll have a crowd of like 100 people around you.
A couple of tries in, the crowds are clapping with you.
It was motivating. There was one spot specifically I can think of with a marble bank ramp up to a metal bar.
And he was like messing around with the rail and stuff, and he started trying like ollie up, 50 stall, and then 50 down the rail. He was getting into it, but he like didn't have enough speed. And I remember just looking around like, dude, you need to get a moped. And I just seen some guy like sitting there like lounging on his moped watching, and I was like, hey! And he's like, that's it, we got the moped.
And he started doing it, and he wasn't really matching the speed that I needed.
I think maybe he tried towing Cookie in a couple times, and I don't think since he didn't skate, didn't really understand how fast it went. And you just see J Brock like, let me get on here, I got this. And then boom, J Brock, good old boy, getting Cookie in with the tow.
So before I knew it, I was getting the perfect speed because I had a pro skateboarder pulling me in.
Stay on the board. Brock, were you getting him psyched?
I was trying to. They got the music, fucking bouncing.
And he turned the radio on. There was like Tokyo pop music playing. About 100 Chinese people around cheering me on, along with like 6 angles. All my homies there. So there wasn't much holding me back.
Me and Clint found this just skating around.
All right, so we were skating this spot. It's this crazy spot because it just looked too good to be true. It was a 3-stair, and it had a rail going out.
And everyone's like, whoa, this thing's perfect. I remember like Shane was super stoked on it, like, oh my God, this thing's amazing. Like Cookie 50's it. You know, guys are warming up on it. And then Shane tries a big spin frontside board and wha-bam!
and the whole flat bar just goes boom, and it breaks. The legs break, like it just falls straight to the ground.
Like imagine you're just sitting there and like these guys come up speaking some other language and just like jump on this rail and break it. And it's like, oh man. Security's not happy, and then I'm sitting there, I'm trying to like put the rail back up, like I bend it up and then just breaks off. I was like, oh dude, this thing's done. I reached in my pocket, pulled out a bunch of cash.
How do I say sorry?
对不起。
We walked out of there, and then I asked like our guide who was with us, like, how much money was that I just gave him? He was like, I think it was maybe like $60. So it's not bad, 60 bucks for a broken rail.
74 actually.
I'll take that.
Oh, dude, that dragon. That was really cool. The footage looks great, but that was horrible. That was a horrible experience filming, and we hated it. Like, that dragon sucks. I hope they burned it.
Yeah, man, I got the bright idea of let's get one of those big Chinese dragons that they use in those parades and see if we can skate around with this thing.
Holding that pole under that dragon was the worst. We were just doing loops at this marble plaza where we should have been filming tricks.
If you're a skateboarder, if you've ever pushed down the street with someone in front of you, they're pushing and their foot might kick underneath your board, or this, you know? So we're all trying to push full speed, and like we're all kicking each other's boards, and we have to be moving this thing. And if one person goes down, everyone goes down because we're in single file line. So we're eating shit.
I got a really good shinner in the midst of all that, trying to make a corner and just hit a crack, and like my board just came up and got me. And everyone's like still moving, so I was just like yelling at the top of my lungs, but kept going.
And like Ty's like making us push through major traffic. There's like cars going like 40 miles an hour, and we're like stuck to the side of the road. Police are following us, yelling at us to pull over, and we're just this giant skateboard dragon going down there for no reason. And Ty's telling us, keep going, and we're like, we listen to Ty at all times. All right, let's just keep it going.
The dragon was funny. Sorry guys. Thanks for being good sports.